today we're putting together an N18 here, a short block. We got the titanium main studs in it here. We got the king bearings in it. It's just come back from the machine shop from getting bored and decked. And we're going to put the crankshaft in it. Tyler here's going to hang the crank in it and put the girdle on it.
We checked the clearances in it the other day. Everything's already perfect on that. We generally shoot for 1/1000 to 2 thousandths. Generally it's about 1,000 per inch, and this is right under 2 inch on the rods and the mains, so anywhere between 1/1000 and 2 thousandths. And we are perfect on this one. 2 on each one, because on the first crank up, the bearings are completely dry. Like Austin was saying, these are our King Performance titanium main studs, 9mm main studs. New product we've started to sell here, had really good success out of them. And then another thing that a first time engine builder could probably forget, that you definitely don't need to forget, is the thrust washers. You would have a terrible day if you forget that. We just lubed the side of it a little bit on the number 4 main here so that they'll stick. Grab the 2 thrust washers, sit down in there perfectly. Grab a little more Simba lube. Alright, she's ready to hang the crank in. So generally, the easiest way to do it, to get it straight, I grab the number 1 and number 4 rod journal, go down past the studs very carefully so you don't scratch the journal. Just like so. Always turn it sideways to get the counterweights out of my way. Push the thrust back down, and then we're ready to put the girdle on. So on the girdle, this is where the girdle surface goes. It's 2 machine finishes. And it's basically the same thing as putting an oil pan on. A lot of people, when they're putting an engine together, they don't put any silicone across these rails, and it looks like the oil pan's leaking. And they have a really bad day when they realize that the crank has to come out of it to seal it up. So we just smear a very light coating of ultra care silicone on it. Very thin. There's no reason to put in a whole lot, because with 2 machine finishes, by the time you torque it down, it'll just squish it out anyway. Just enough to seal. Sit it down over the studs. Make sure you got your 2 dowel pins in it, obviously, to line it up. Put that down over the studs. You need to tap it down just a little bit. There's your rubber mount, not to distort the thing. Something that nobody ever teaches you on something like this, a lot of people like to put lubricant on both sides of the nuts. That's not what you want to do. You want to put the nut on here with no lubricant to start with. Because when you tighten it up, you want the nut to move on the washer. You do not want the washer to move against the aluminum to get an accurate torque. So, then we have our titanium nuts here. We just take some ARP lube, spread it on the table, and just wipe kind of like that. Get a good even coating on there. So the torque on these is 40 foot-pounds. So generally we'll torque them 20 first just to draw it down evenly. Always start in the center and work your way out. We'll start out at 20 foot-pounds. Shake the center too. And now we'll move to 40. there is the crank, an N18. Smooth as glass.